Welcome back. So I've been seeing this all around, especially on this channel, talking about we Africans, we Thatchers are fleeing Africa. Okay, first of all, he's basically fleeing his own community. Okay, all those people who are saying they're all pro-black, pro whatever, whatever they're saying, right? Most of them live in the black community. That is the ironic part of it. All those people who say that we need to be together, we need to form our own community and whatever, they don't live amongst the regular black Americans. They don't. Okay, this Tariq nasheed, right? He have a $2.1 million house in the San Fernando Valley, which is in LA, right? This guy have a $2.1 million house, which is largely consists of white, Asian, and Mexicans, and other little bit of, I think like 2 or 3% of African, black or slash African American living in that community, right? So basically, he's preaching all these, or we need to empower our community. He does not even live in this kind of community, right? So basically, he's fleeing the same black community he's talking about have improved, right? He's fleeing all this community because we we know what goes on in there. Everybody knows on. Every rapper want to make it out the hood. Why the hell do you want to make it out the hood? Okay, all those rapper, all those people are fleeing from their own community. They're praising so badly. Oh, we Africans are fleeing. Okay, first of all, let's actually start. Okay, let's actually start, right? The Europeans actually flee to America. Okay, so let's start that in a little bit of history lesson. So let me give you guys a little bit of history lesson because some people kind of did not listen in school. Okay, the Europeans, the British, right? Some of the British people don't understand this. There was two classes in British. You have the lower class and the upper class, right? So basically, the upper class were the one who were colonizing Africa. The lower class are the people who came here. Okay, that's I'm just trying to basically tell you guys, right? So the Europeans that came to America with the lower class were actually fleeing for economical reason, because most of them were facing poverty, religion persecution, and they were facing social classism. Okay, basically it was kind of hard for them to move up to the next level, right? So they flee for example, if England was so great for the European, but they flee from the European oppression to come here, right? And this is a little bit less, right? And then the British came here and colonized them too. And guess what happened? When the British Empire was falling, they stopped taxing the British Americans that came here, and they got mad about it, and that what led to the Civil War. Okay, so it's a little bit of lesson, right? That the Europeans who actually make this country also flee. Okay, so let's understand everything. Okay, the second reason I tell people out there, look up who has the largest who has the most largest race. Well, race has the largest immigrating to America, right? First of all, we have Latin America, we have Mexico, Brazil, all the other countries coming to America. They consist like 26%, right? They're the one fleeing into America. I think over a lot of Mexicans are fleeing here, right? The Asians, okay, the Chinese, the Indians, all the other races are fleeing here. Supposedly, you guys call it fleeing, right? But we don't even make 1% of those races. Don't forget, Africa have almost 2 billion people in Africa, and only less than 1 million Africans in America. Make it make sense, right? Some people just don't reason. That's the reality. Is like all this FBI is going around, they don't reason. So supposedly we're fleeing so much, but it's only less than 1 million, maybe like less than 1 million, maybe 1 million Africans in America. So we're fleeing so bad, okay? And then this is the most misconception most people don't know, right? Some of the Africans who are fleeing here, when they come here, they're doing better. Most of them, when they come here, most likely they're in the middle class or the upper class in America, right? And and then like this reality that we are leeching off the black community, right? That when we African came here, we got an open arm from the black community, right? When most African come here, we don't have no open arm. Okay, we don't have no open arm. We come here, we just focus on just working hard and going back and rebuilding our community, right? Most Africans here are most likely have houses or building businesses back home. Most of them are, okay? Most of them are. So basically just saying that we just come here and leeching off you guys. How? How are we leeching off so-called black culture? So some people like, oh, you guys are dressing like us, right? First of all, let's they were like, we Africans are dressing like they're black Americans. So basically, black Americans are the only one dressing, right? Those are the only one. Black Americans are so-called people who are just dressing, right? Basically, I mean, people don't understand. Go back and watch some interviews, right? Even Tommy Hilfiger, basically Tommy, right, the clothing brand, right? He was surprised that black rappers start basically basically start wearing the clothing and bring brand awareness that all black people start wearing Tommy, right? So basically, with all this culture, most of the clothing were created by white people because the slaves that came here, who clothed them, right? Who clothed them? So we don't understand that, right? So I'm just trying to bring all this idea because most of them seems that we come here just to leech off their culture, whatever idea. We don't come here to leech off nobody, right? We come hard, we work hard. We don't have the victimize mentality that someone's holding us down. There's always going to be racism in America, okay? Racism is never going to stop. If you understand, racism is not going to stop in America, and everybody knows that, right? But what happened? But you can't keep creeping your kids saying that you can't move on because the white man is holding you down. You can't move on because the successful. Ask him. He's a multi-millionaire, right? He got money. He living in a $2.1 million house. Tell him with all this oppression going on, how the hell did he achieve all those things with all this oppression going on, right? So it gives the whole and all the black community is being deprived of economical whatever he's saying, right? Why there is so much wealthy black people? That's black people. There's a lot of wealthy black Americans, but most of them are not going back in there and investing in their own community, right? All they do is going back and inflicting violence back in that community, right? For example, all those rappers who make money and get out from the hood, instead of going back and try to bring a positive mindset to go there and still want to go trap in there, do gang drive by and all those things. Look what happened to Lil Durk. He was so rich, right? He's so rich, right? He got so much money, but he was going back and inflicting violence, inflicting so much hate amongst black Americans, right? Amongst you guys, right? And people will be like, oh, it's okay. You guys are getting desensitized to violence. We Africans are not desensitized to violence. Anytime we see violence, we call it out, okay? We call it out, okay? In Africa, you go there and try to go take someone's life and see what happened to you. They will probably, the system will probably, like a week or two, you're not going to be alive no more, okay? Because the African government acts so fast, okay? We have to go fast. If an African goes still, they'll beat them. There was some part of Africa they'll put tires around the neck, and you guys can tell something about we don't tolerate all these things, right? So basically we fleeing so much we fleeing, right? There's not much Africans here, right? We fleeing, but we coming here and becoming successful, right? And then all of a sudden we are the problem. So all of a sudden we causing harm into the black neighborhood, bro. No African come here to try to overtake any Americans, any black American. Look down, no black American. But all this radio talk about is just hatred. And this guy's a grifter. People don't understand. He's a grifter. He basically going from pro-black to Pan-Africanism. Now he's going towards FBA. And guess what happened? He's brand himself. His brand. You try using his brand. You know, people don't know the FBA. He created his own brand. That's his own brand. You try to go use his own brand and see what happened to you. He's gonna sue you. Okay. All these people telling like an FBA is not it's a brand that he created, right? So basically, keep extorting black resources by trying to get people to donate to him to basically keep extorting you guys while he's taking vacation and whatever he's taking. So we're not fleeing. We come here the same reason how the Europeans flee here and get here. We also came here for resources, okay? Because they go there and stealing our resources and bringing them here. So we coming here to go build our own land back. The same resources they're stealing, we coming back and steal it. If you guys call that fleeing, let it be flee. All the races flee too. There's 4.1 million Chinese people here. More than 3.1 Indians. More than 10, maybe almost more than the black community. We're more of the races that are here. We don't even make 1% of the race in America. Talking about where you're fleeing so much. So what other races who are fleeing here, You guys are not calling them fleeing. They're seeking. They just immigrating. Okay, but we the only race that you guys are putting some type of bad connotation towards. Okay, we're not fleeing. Okay, because this country is not. It's not a place for us to live in. Okay, it's not a place for us to live in. You come here, they tax you so much. Most people live in paycheck to paycheck.